It's really, really great. I'm really excited to have him on. Let's give it up for the hilarious Aaron Michael Marsh.
No grudges at all, absolutely none. It wasn't like the second to last time I was gonna see him. It was the second to last game he was ever gonna play as a legend in Los Angeles. I think that's worth it. I don't need to tell you guys this.
I'm a Celtics fan.
I don't even like the Lakers. I'm a Clippers fan, but that doesn't make him not a legend. I'm not going to get in this conversation anymore. We're going to end this right now. I swear to God. That guy, he's huge. He's from Boston. And every time I hear that voice, I'm just like, how is it that a city so big just produces one personality type over and over and over and over again? It doesn't make sense. And that accent is just the most confident deaf person you've ever heard your whole life. Nothing good. The hell out of Boston. Although I do love that every time I'm like, yeah, I don't have a good time. I'm from Boston. We go to New York on the weekends. That's how they have a good time. They leave their city. By the way, guys, no swearing in front of the Blunt Man action figure wherever he is. Please, don't teach him what that means on his own t-shirt. We don't need that right now. Not right here. How you guys doing? Thank you. You know, what's weird about being in a toy store right now is if I wasn't here right now, I would just be at home performing for all of my toys at home. This is exactly the same thing to me. Like, I look at it, it's like, if I could have any action figure I always wanted as a kid and could never have, but I can have as an adult now, you know, what would it be? And it's like, it would be Darth Vader. Yes, this is my joke, and I'm gonna do my set. Right? And Darth Vader would talk. And he would say, I am your father. I love you. I'm proud of you. I don't care about the girl in the front row. You're delightful. I'm sure we'll get along by the end of the set. I have abandonment issues, and I hope they never leave me. Thank you for recognizing that's a joke. See, when I put that on Facebook, my dad liked it instantly. So, thank you for not thinking that was as much of a joke. Oh, he needs this from us right now. I was raised, oh, you know what, I went on a date recently, and I want to brag about that, right? Because it was with a human woman. No, and the food shows up, right? And she's like, hey, do you mind if I prayed first? And I said, no, but do you mind if I leave first? Because I was raised Mormon, and that's a lot of religion. And I thought growing up that the missionary position was when you had sex on a bicycle. And if you're a child in the audience, that's still exactly that thing I thought. See, like, and I thought for some reason you just brought another dude along for no reason, because that's what missionaries do, you know? And my brother grew up to be a bishop, and I thought that meant you're gonna have to like walk diagonal like for the rest of your life, but that's not true. Don't the people that own this place, aren't they Mormon?
Yes.
You know, I can tell, a lot of toys. Absolutely. This is what a Mormon person grows up to want with their life. This is what my retirement plan would look like if it came to life. I would slowly, after 65, just start selling off the collection, and it would be sad and dusty. See, my brother, being a bishop in the Mormon church, was very judgmental, and he asked me why I would go see the Book of Mormon play on Broadway. Right? He's like, you don't find gold in filth. And I had to stop for a second, and I had to say, Jim, that is actually exactly how you find gold. See, if he understood metaphors, maybe he'd know that the Book of Mormon's not true. I shouldn't say that in this. It's funny, I'm like, BPG. But speak against their religion freely, please. It is a place. It's the rules. I can do it. I have permission now. Jeff saying that is like getting an adult permission slip from me right now. It is all I need. You guys are nice. I have a lot of tattoos for a Mormon guy. You guys may have noticed that. You're like, hey, for a Mormon, that's an awful lot. And they're nerdy. See how only a dude said that? That's my problem. See, because you get that because you want to meet like a very nerdy girl, you know, and you want to be like, whoa, is that brand new chainmail? You know, like it doesn't even look battle damaged. This is going good. I just rolled a +3 in charisma. You know, like, this is my chance. I can untap my magic jokes for you. That is a very specific way for me to gauge how nerdy you guys are. Right? But instead, I meet a lot of very introverted men in their 30s. In stores exactly like this one. They're like, hey, you want to look at the toys and complain about how they're not screen accurate? You're like, no, I don't. I want to enjoy life. Like, I have one tattoo that's confusing, and I have Malcolm X tattooed right on my chest, right here. See? And that confuses me as much as everyone else, because I asked for Malcolm in the middle, because that's what I enjoy. I have a friend that made this really interesting decision, where he was like, I'm gonna make my whole life a game, and he put a PA system in his Jeep. I want you guys to think about that real quick. His car talks like Kit from Knight Rider. It is the coolest thing I've ever dealt with, right? Because like we're driving past McDonald's, and he's just like, don't eat McDonald's, it's bad for you, do not eat McDonald's, right? And people in the drive-thru are like, don't judge me. And it's like, I can't hear you. Use the PA system in your car. You know? It's absolutely amazing, right? And I was like, dude, this feels illegal. And he's like, that's not illegal, but this is. And he has a button on his car, right? Where he's like, woo, 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 woo. And I was like, oh my God, you're pulling somebody over. You know, cars are moving out of the way. Police officers hear this and show up, you know? And you're like, oh no. And he did the smoothest thing I've ever seen. He looked right at the police officer like, good job, boys. We got it from here. And they left, and they gave us a big thumbs up. I was like, I know I'm 34 years old, right? But I grew up loving Boy Meets World, because that's appropriate to me. The adults agree. See? The problem is, I thought that I was also going to enjoy Girl Meets World. Right? And I started watching it, and I was mad that I don't relate to these main characters. It didn't make sense. And I got so mad, I wrote the Disney Channel a letter, you know? And when you proofread such a letter, you look like a psychopath. You know, to be like, hey, dear the Disney Channel, I've been watching your 12-year-old girl programming, and I can't relate. As a 34-year-old man, I feel like I should be entitled to enjoy this show too. Please give her 34-year-old man problems. Maybe she should get stood up with a whole series of women and give her back hair. You know? If you don't understand my problems, maybe talk to Mr. Feeney. You'd get that if you watched the original show. You know? It's a terrifying moment, because that's more true than I want to admit. That would be like you guys growing up and dressing exactly the same. That is exactly what happened in my life. Thank you, Jeff. Want to brag a little bit? I had life cereal this morning, and I'm very happy to report it tastes nothing like real life. I know, much like Chet, like the second half of that joke can't be said on this show, because it won't. It really won't, actually. You guys have been really good. You guys have been nice. It's been weird to have so many people that relate to me and make eye contact at the same time. That does not happen in these kinds of stores. Normally, eye contact is made through a small box, and that's why I buy it and take it home, because it's like, you get me. You are me, Jar Jar Binks. Before I leave, I want to warn you guys about the food trucks, because I have a hard time trusting anything that when they see the health inspector, they can just drive away. Guys, I'm Aaron Michael Marsh. Thank you very much.